Okay, I wanted to take a moment to start this video journaling. It's not something that I'm really that familiar with or that comfortable with, but over the coming months, I want to do this on a regular basis so that I have the opportunity to communicate with you as the church, since I will be on the other side of the world. As you can tell, I'm sitting in the office. It is October 14th, which is this past Sunday. I preached my final sermon before the deployment. And so I just pray that God would take the words that He gave me to use to speak into your lives so that we are prepared and unified as one, as Jesus prayed for us in John chapter 17. Beginning tomorrow, Al Perkins will be coming on board in a paid capacity as the interim pastor here. And so I trust that God will work in him and use him to work in and through us as we seek to grow in the future. The two words that seem to be coming up most often is, in my mind, in terms of what the future looks like for our church, are surviving and thriving. For the last few years, this church has been thriving, and I should say the church has been surviving. And for that period of time, that's what we needed to do. However, it's time for us to start looking at how God has called us to shift from survival mode to thrival mode, to coin a term. So we don't know exactly what the future is going to look like for our church, especially since I'm going to be gone for a number of months. But my prayer is that as we take those tentative steps to shift, that God would give us the courage to identify the things that we need to change, that we would have faith to step out and do things that may stretch us, may make us uncomfortable, but things that would demonstrate faithfulness that that God is calling us to for the future. We're not called to live stagnant lives. We're called to live lives that reflect God at work in us. And part of that is a desire to want to see us grow. Yes, to want to see us grow deeper in our knowledge of the truth, to grow in our oneness for each other, but also to grow in numbers as well. Numbers, I'm convinced, are a neutral indicator. They can indicate that we're doing something well or that we're tickling ears. My prayer is that it will become an indication that we're doing some things well. But in order for us to be ready for growth, there's certain things that we need to have as a foundation. And so that's one of the things that Al is going to bring in for our church. So I ask that as a congregation that we continue to pray for Al, pray for me, pray for one another, and pray for our community that God would continue to work. So in the next few weeks and months, I will continue to add journals to this website, to this this YouTube page, and just to kind of give you updates in terms of how I'm doing. And also as I pray and as God gives me the wisdom to be able to speak into the direction that we're going, that together we might be on the same page. But anyway, it's a good opportunity to have something recorded for posterity and just kind of get this thing going. So as I get this video journaling and YouTube channel started, my prayer is that this would be an opportunity for us to be able to specifically pray for one another, whether we're here together or whether I'm apart on the other side of the world. So thank you for the opportunity just to speak, just to start this journal a little bit. And we pray that together we will see God working in us, working through us, and seeing a growth in this church that we've so long desired to have. So blessings, and we'll see how this thing progresses.